Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? It's the boys. I think the camera looks good. Yeah, it looks good, right?
Yeah.
We're good.
I mean, I I can only see it through the tiny screen on the camera.
What's up, everybody?
Well, hello.
No audio or no music for the live stream today. Sorry, guys.
Also, no Brent today.
No Brent today, yeah. But let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Yo, and hello and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD. Where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell, please. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, and on YouTube if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. But I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Devin Mayer. Brent Bass is not here today.
Well, hello. He's here in spirit.
He's always here in spirit. It's weird. He won't leave my apartment. Like, his spirit just
He always projects himself to
I'm like,
your apartment.
Just chilling, playing my games, and then I just hear Brent's laugh. That strange
In the
laugh.
faint.
I'm just like, what the fuck was that?
Like looking around.
Yeah. I call him, and he's like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm at home. I'm like, I know you're fucking here, bro.
I know you're fucking with me.
I know you're fucking with me. No, but what's been up, man? What's been going down?
Nothing much. Went to Galveston this weekend.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Went to my family's house down there, hung out with my brother, some of his friends, and our cousin. Just chilled. We were supposed to do another weekend at Renfest, but weather did not allow for that. It was gonna be like 40 degrees and raining, so we were like, fuck that, and just went to Galveston just to do something because we took like time off and stuff.
Nice.
So
Are y'all Renfested out yet, or?
Well, I mean,
how
it's
feeling?
over this weekend, and we're all doing stuff for Thanksgiving. So, I mean, yeah, we wanted to get that would have been our third weekend, or my third weekend. So I think like 3 is a nice balance.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
because 4 is way too much. It's expensive, and I was like last year I did 4 unexpectedly, and it was just way too much.
Gotcha.
I love Renfest, but no.
Too much. Too much of a good thing can
Yeah,
become a bad
right.
thing.
Then
you
it's
know?
not as special.
Yeah.
Like-
Then it's just like going to Walmart or something. You know, you don't want to turn Renfest into Walmart.
No, or like a grocery trip. No.
Yeah.
But no, Galveston was fun. We did the aquarium and the rainforest pyramids, the Moody Gardens stuff.
Yeah.
And I've done the aquarium before, like a long time ago, but the rainforest I hadn't.
That shit's pretty cool.
The rainforest was really cool. It was a lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah, I got to go there. It's kind of fucked up. It was like I was privileged by the destruction of Galveston. Like after that giant hurricane hit Galveston, when I was a teenager.
Ike, right?
I don't remember if it was. It had to be Ike. Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Ike.
Katrina was over in New Orleans.
Yeah, it was Ike. So I went to or my family went after Ike because that whole setup, like what did we just call it? Moody Gardens.
Moody Gardens, yeah.
The hotel and everything, it's like super fancy, but that shit was like so cheap because nobody wanted to be in Galveston.
Yeah, I mean the whole island got just kind of wiped out. Yeah.
So we stayed there like it was like $20 a night or some shit. And
Holy shit.
yeah, and we stayed in like the nicest hotel. We went and did all the Moody Garden shit, and they still had like people out there working. Like they were like, you know, at night they were like fucking juggling fire and doing all this crazy shit. It was cool, dude. It was cool. But yeah, I would never go like stay there, you know, during a normal time.
Like full price.
No, fuck that.
No, it was cool to see, but I'm not going back anytime soon.
No.
Like maybe when I have some little ones, I'll take them there. You know, but,
yeah.
But it was neat. And then we went to we went out to the Axecade. I think I talked about that a little bit last time I went to Galveston. There's this place that's it's a bar that's 2 stories. Downstairs they have axe throwing, and then a whole room dedicated to beer pong. And then upstairs they have an arcade.
Oh, damn.
With a full bar and like a bunch of consoles hooked up behind the bar on the TVs, and then a bunch of like arcade games throughout the whole thing.
That's pretty badass.
It's a really cool place.
Nice, man. How much is that?
It's all the games and stuff for free.
Oh no, but how much is like to go in? Like, do you pay like
No, everything.
What?
You just walk. Yeah,
How do they make money?
by people just getting drinks and stuff.
What the fuck?
Yeah, except the dude. I think the guy that was serving me he might have been drunk or something because I opened when I first got there. I got a drink and opened up a tab, and then on my second drink, I was like, "Hey," "Can I get whiskey coke?" And I was like, on Devon, and he was like, comes back, he's like, "You don't have a tab." And I was like, he's like, "You closed out," and I was like, "No." I was like, "Then just open me another tab." So 3 drinks go by, and because we got there kind of late, so we were leaving, and 3 drinks go by, and I go to close out because it's time to leave, and I'm like, "Devin," and he's like, "You don't have a tab," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "All right, I'm not arguing with you this time." So I was like, "Okay."
Just don't pay for shit.
Well, and I was trying to, I was trying to be, do the right thing. And the dude, he was, I don't know, he's all over the place. I think he might have been day drinking or some shit.
Little tipsy.
A little tipsy, yeah. Because,
yeah, watch him.
Yeah.
Wait, we got the GameSpeak dog under there. I keep having to swat him with a towel. But, hopefully he doesn't chew through any wires. If you feel like he's too calm, just take a peek and look and make sure he's not nibbling on anything.
yeah, he lays down at our feet and he looks inconspicuous, but he's really just waiting for an opportunity to eat some equipment.
Yeah, he's like, oh, they're really deep in this talk about this video game. It's time to chew. And next thing you know, we lose audio.
But no, it is a really cool. It's a really cool setup for a bar, and I literally played a match of Warzone in a bar.
What? That's
I
cool.
played solos and I got 9th with 4 kills.
Nice.
Couldn't hear shit. Like
how did that happen? They just have like computers set up or what?
no, they have like Nintendo Switches, PS4s, PS5s.
Damn.
Like
Series X
several Switches and stuff. But it's like there's a bunch of TVs behind the bar that's hooked up to a console, and the controllers are just on the bar.
See, this was a thing that like a business plan I had in my mind a long time ago, like back in like 2010, like right when I graduated high school. I was like, I want to save up money, and at the time, I was like, I want to get like 5 360s and 5 PS5s, and then like 10 amazing TVs, and just have them hooked up, have really good internet access, and let people like come pay to chill, and they could pay like a day pass or whatever. Maybe or maybe they get like a monthly subscription.
So you're thinking more like a cafe, like
yeah,
a
they
gaming
just come in
cafe.
and play games.
Because I saw videos of a guy who did a business set up like that. He had a bunch of comics, games, tabletop area to play like tabletop
and
games,
Magic and all that shit.
Yeah, and then lounging areas. He had a little food section. Yeah, he had
I wanted that whole.
And people just pay like $10 a day or something and can get in there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, maybe it's not worth it. Like I feel like that's something you do when you're like retired or something. Maybe I guess, but like that would be a cool fucking like business. I feel like it'd be fun.
The axe throwing in the arcade bar hybrid crazy thing in Galveston's very cool. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he was trying to eat his tail.
Yeah, if you're ever down in Galveston, check it out. It's called Axecade.
Yeah, I'll check that out for sure, dude. That sounds dope. But anyways, anything else?
No.
See any movies? See any?
Oh, dude, I've been working on a 3D printed Boba Fett helmet.
Oh, yeah, you were telling us about that.
Yeah, my buddy. Did I mention that last? Yeah.
You mentioned not on the podcast.
No. So yeah, my buddy, he has a 3D printing studio. He's got a lot of crazy printers, resin printers and shit. It's awesome. And he was kind enough to print me a Boba Fett helmet.
Nice.
And so I've been like the whole past week, I've been sanding it and resin coating it and sanding it, trying to get it all smoothed out and not look like a 3D print. And I just got the first coat of primer on it, and I'm trying to decide how I want to paint it.
You're not gonna do the like movie version of it.
No, I don't think so. Because I don't like the green and the red or the dark red or maroon, whichever it is.
You should go for the Django Fett then. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'm like a lot of people do just like custom helmets and stuff. So I'm trying to think of a color scheme that I would really like. Oh, we just got knocked. 1 second. Technical difficulties.
I don't think it got knocked. It's just been bothering me. I feel like, or maybe I just need to scoot over a little bit.
We seem really far apart, too.
Yeah.
If you're watching
let's get a little bit more in. There we go. I think that's better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
But yeah, so I've been working on that a bunch, and
You should
super
do it
excited
all
to have that done.
silver, just like shiny.
Well, I thought about
like
that too.
chrome.
But it's hard, like if you don't have like a spray gun, it's hard to get it looking like actual metal. Like, and I'm not a whiz with spray paint either. I'm gonna try that because I did get a can of metallic paint, like Rust-Oleum metallic. I was gonna do it for Renfest and have it painted to match my armor and everything, but that didn't end up happening. So I might still do it, and then even if I do paint it like metal and I don't like it, what I can do is I can paint over it and then scuff it up, and there'll be a metal finish underneath it.
Yeah,
So that's also
cool.
a thought, just to have that metal paint as like a primer, even if I do paint it a different color.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
But other than that, I mean, I got a little bit of gaming in this week, aside from the Axecade. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's yeah, because I didn't really do.
Yeah,
much
what did
this
you do?
week.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't do much of anything because I'm trying to save some money, so I've just been kind of chilling.
Dude, doing shit do be expensive though.
It's very expensive, especially in this economy with the
All
turkey
this
bacon
here.
and everything.
Yeah.
It's like it's
inflated turkey bacon.
Yeah, like it costs a lot. Like I'm having to sit out on doing shit because I need turkey bacon. But so it's like it's pretty crazy. But no, yeah, we'll just skip over the stuff I did because I didn't really do much. I started watching All Quiet on the Western Front, but
That's the World War II one on Netflix.
World War
right?
One.
Yeah,
World
War
it's
One.
trench
Okay.
warfare.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things about that show.
Yeah, it's great.
Is it?
I'm trying to find stuff that I'm in the mood for, but I'm just I'm having trouble just narrowing down a mood I'm in right now. I'm just like, what am I in the mood for? I don't know. Turns out, yeah. Let's go into the video games because that's what I've been in the mood for, which is just Warzone 2. And Warzone 2.0, let me tell you, is fucking phenomenal. Besides the lag has been awful.
Really?
But that's just part of it. That's part of playing an online multiplayer battle royale game in the first couple weeks.
Well, yeah, with like 20 that hit 25 million players in the first week.
The first 5 days or some shit.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I have been having a great time, and I'm having a lot of fun with DMZ.
Dude, the DMZ mode is a lot cooler. Like, I like how it's not so much like Escape from Tarkov as it is like, it's like a
you drop in, do a bunch of missions.
multiplayer co-op. Yeah, it's like a multiplayer co-op that you can just go in and fight all these like bosses and stuff. I thought it was really neat. I've only played it once, but I had a great time with it.
Oh, I'm pretty deep in, dude. I was playing a lot of it today with Hans, but what we've been doing, we've been dropping 2 people in, and you're supposed to drop in with 3. I turn Phil's off. We just go in. We set the same missions. Like before you go in, you can set the missions you want to work on.
Yeah.
And so we set the same ones. We drop in and we try and knock them out. And then you have to extract or do the extraction zone exfil before 1, before you die, or 2, before the gas starts pushing in, because eventually the gas will push in, and if you don't,
really?
if you
didn't know
don't get
that.
out before that, we didn't know that either. And we saw it coming in, and we were already on our way to the exfil, and we got there just in time, and we found out if you call for the exfil while the gas is pushing in, gas masks are sitting on the plane waiting for you. So if it gets there in time and you hop on and you're able to get a gas mask, you'll survive your way out. So it's cool. We were playing and we got everything we needed, and we're on tier 2 of all the missions. We're pretty far in there. Hopped on as the gas was coming, and the gas is pushing in, and all of a sudden you see this truck just come riding up, and he's he didn't say, he said it too late. He hopped on. And he's like, don't kill me, I'm for. But we were already blasting him. It's like,
yeah,
dude, you should have fucking said something before you got on the fucking plane, and we had already downed him. And at that point, we were just feeling sadistic, so we just murdered him. And so he's like,
if he was downed, would he still have gotten an exfil?
I think so. Yeah, as long as he didn't die.
And he was on the plane.
But we didn't think we didn't know if that was the case, so
Yeah.
he didn't even think about it. But he was just like, no, wait, wait,
No, please.
Yeah, we just fucked him up. And
Dude, the proximity mics are great.
Oh, yeah.
God.
And it sucks though, because I feel for the guy. He, you drop into DMZ, you go in for your mission, so you get your shit, and you're like, yes, I got it all.
Yeah.
Everything's good to go. I'm check marked on all my stuff, and I'm finally gonna get out of here. and we had a situation where we had like 3 or 4 missions complete in one go. It was 3 of them. Yeah, we had 3 missions complete because it's how many you can take with you. And we were about to get on the thing and got fucked by a team. And that sucked, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like for the most part, we were dropping teams. I actually, before you showed up and before we were going to, record the episode, I did the... It's funny watching Ollie like get so scared of a towel. But, so like, anyways, I was playing and went in to I'm trying to do this one where you get a basilisk, like the pistol, and you got to get 13 headshots with it. But the basilisk only pops up in police stations, and they don't mark the police station on the map. So, like I had to Google it to figure out where it was, and it's just this unmarked building. Off to the side, and everybody's trying to go there because they all want to knock out this mission.
Yeah.
So I'm going in Uno, against all these teams of 3. Dude, I took down 2 teams, like in there, like by myself.
Good shit.
Like took down both teams, and I'm just like, "Where's the basilisk?" And they're like, "It wasn't here." I'm like, yelling, like, "Where is it?" Just looking.
Have you interrogated a team?
Oh yeah. It's like, so you can
I
see
like
the
that
others.
feature a lot.
It's awesome. And so like I'm like yelling. I'm like, "All right, man. I know you're here. I won't kill you if you just give me the basilisk." And he's like, "I don't have it." I'm like, he's like, "I promise." Like I'm like, "All right."
Well, he's not giving it to you, so he's got it.
Yeah, so I killed him, but I was gonna let like everybody just res their buddies, like because even if they die fully, you can still res them, like in DNC.
Oh yeah.
Mode. So yeah, like I was like, if you give me the basilisk, I'll leave here. I'll let you res your buddies, and I'll be out of your hair. Like it's fun and like negotiating for lives in that game. But so like especially when you got them, by the balls like that. So, but yeah,
the proximity to chat is great.
Oh, yeah,
I've already
fun.
gotten a couple great ones where he like this guy turned the corner and he's like, "Oh shit, no!"
Yeah.
And like the whole team was already like, we were going that direction. We were like, "Oh." Like just killed him and like downed him, and he was like screaming the whole time all the way to die. And he's like, "No, right here, no!" And
Oh
like
my
we
God.
finished him off, or no, we interrogated him, and then we went after the rest of his team. And it's just it makes for so many hilarious.
Where's your boys? Where's your boy? Like I love just fucking with people. It's so fun. Like another cool thing is about the gulag, the 2v2 in the gulag. If you get the other team to not fight with you, and you guys just kill the jailer, you all 4 get out. So,
really?
Yeah. So like,
okay, I thought that was something that people just made up to try to.
no, it's legit.
Yeah.
We did it the other day. When I was like some dude was go. Oh, sorry. You're gonna hear me yelling at Ollie a lot in this one because he's just free roaming. But anyway, so. We were like starting up a match, and I was like, hey, don't kill each other. I was like, everybody just calm down. Let's just meet in the middle. Let's kill the jailer, and we'll all get out of here. Because it was pretty far into the game. We were like, let's give each other a chance to win this match. So we'll take it out, in the actual Warzone. And so they were cool about it. They waited, and the fucking he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, my teammate seems kind of spazzy. I don't know who he is, so like he might shoot at you. I was like, well, let's kill your teammate first. we killed him, and then we killed the the thing, and then he got to come back, the guy that we killed even. Yeah. But so it was fun as fuck. Like I'm really enjoying the game for real.
Yeah, no, I like all the little changes that they made to it. Like I like how the loot is kind of like throughout the world and everything. I do like the new bag system and whatnot because that. Ollie, I'm gonna kill you. I like the new loot system, all of it, man. It's great.
Oh,
the
yeah.
interrogation, freaking like. You good?
No, you're good. You're good. Here.
Go home. Sorry, y'all. We were having difficulties.
Yeah, whoever's listening to the audio, we appreciate you. Yeah, just understand that we're out here fighting for our lives. We've got all just attacking.
No, there was another feature that well, damn, I can't think of it. I lost my train of thought. But no, Man, it's a significant improvement over Warzone 1.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
The graphics, the weapons feel heftier. Like there's something about like even the pistol. Like I like that you can't shoot each other out of the sky, so it gives everybody a chance to drop, and grab some weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, because that shit was annoying. Like you get out of the plane and get shot down immediately.
Yeah. It's been fun though, and then like the new heavy helicopter or whatever, where like you can have your people just walking around in the helicopter, and like how you have to fill up your vehicles with gas and all that stuff. Like that's been fun. Is like it's like especially that's what some of the missions on the DMZ mode is like getting a vehicle and like you have to fill up, like a certain amount of vehicles and repair them. It also repairs them. If you stop at the gas station, it doesn't just fill up your vehicle; it repairs your vehicle.
Okay, I haven't used many vehicles in it. Does the gas run out fast? Like
fairly quickly. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't have people just like overusing shit.
Dude, the map is enormous.
It's huge.
It's almost too big.
I thought that at first, but after playing DMZ a couple times, I'm like, all right, this is amazing. I love this. Like,
I like how much there is on the map too, though. It's you're not running through giant empty fields and stuff like that. Like there's. I mean, at most you have to run like 100 yards to the next like cluster of like buildings and stuff. Like structures.
Everything's extremely detailed. Even like the small little shacks that like you're like, oh, there's probably nothing good in here. You go into the small shack and there's like a couple lockers or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something to do, always something to look at, and it's just great. I'm starting to get the hang of I'm starting to remember where places are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's so much that it's going to take probably a couple months. I would say a month before I know where everything is and I can recall it like without having to look at the map. I can be like, okay, let's go over there.
Yeah, but it's going to take me longer.
It's going to be a little bit.
It's big. It's a large map, but I like all the different areas. Like there's a lot of vast like difference to like this town versus one all the way across the map.
Definitely. If you're on the fence about getting this game or not, and like you enjoyed the first one a little bit or even like I think you'll really like this one. Warzone 2 is definitely the go-to in my opinion. I'm gonna give this one like just off the jump, like there's a lot of lag on certain times, but then on the one like it's like you'll be playing like 3 games perfect, nothing wrong, no lag, no problem. Then you hit a match where it looks like Tim Burton directed the match. Like it's just like literally frame by frame.
Yeah, just bad.
It's awful. So like outside of some technical hiccups, the fact that you can't see your stats yet for Warzone is a problem. But I know like I'm at least a 1. My KD's at least like a 1, probably 1.3 or something, 1.3.
I have no idea. I haven't even gotten to play that much.
I've already got a dub thanks to Hans. He took me on the tour. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like whenever we first hopped in.
I'm having an issue where I can't get my loadout weapons from the buy station. It's not showing my customized weapons for some reason. It's showing blank weapons. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can't buy a loadout. I know for a fact.
You have to buy per weapon.
Just buy specific.
Yeah, but
weapons,
I can't even. It doesn't show. Like I have a bunch of custom classes made for it, and none of the guns are. They're all just like the base model, no attachments or anything.
Really?
It's the only thing I can buy.
You gotta ask Hans. Hans has it all figured out for some reason. I just now started unlocking weapons and attachments and stuff because I've been playing DMZ mode. I didn't buy the multiplayer.
No, yeah, and that's good. That having the DMZ mode is really good for people who didn't buy the game because that's going to be the only way you're going to unlock stuff because it's really good experience and you unlock stuff that you find in there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can unlock shit, and then also the battle pass, and then you get blueprints through the battle pass. Some of the weird shit about unlocking weapons is like I wanted the Bison, which is called the mini Bach in this one, and I was like, okay, how do I get that? You got to use like the AK-74.
Oh, the whole AK tree.
Jawbreaker says, it keeps giving me incorrect optics on some of my weapons at the buy station. Yeah, it might just be bugged then in that case. But I can say that like it is some weird shit like to unlock weapons right now. Like I to get the mini Bach, which is a submachine gun, I had to use an assault rifle. I had to level up the AK-74U or whatever to level 18. That unlocks the submachine gun. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, first you have to do you have to start with the AK-47. the AK-47, and then the AK-556, and then the AK-74U, and then the mini Bach. Like it's a whole tree.
I skipped over all of that by going into
DMZ,
and
you
just
unlock the
picking up.
AK-74U.
No, I just found it on the ground, and you're walking around using it. Every time you survive DMZ, you keep the same weapon that you had in your locker, and you can take stuff with you, like
and use it in Warzone.
No, you can just unlock the weapon. You can unlock the levels with that weapon. So you start unlocking the levels with that weapon. Then, so I got to level 18 with the AK-74U without ever unlocking the AK-74U. Therefore, I unlocked the mini bot before I even unlocked that weapon.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So I have it in Warzone now.
Well, that's fucking convenient. Yeah. No, in multiplayer we couldn't do that. We had to go through each individual gun unless we picked up someone else's.
Yep, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're picking up somebody else's, but you're just picking up a gun in the game from the bots. So, but yeah, we got to play that. We got to play some DMZ now that you're back. I was trying to get Brent on there, but he was busy this past weekend. Played some with Jawbreaker. We've been having some fun. We haven't played DMZ mode. I just today started really getting into DMZ, and now it's my favorite thing. I just want to knock out all the missions. And they have a pretty good amount of them too. But yeah, and there's been a lot of movie moments in it, which is what I really like. It's like it's Warzone had some of those, but this time around, I feel like I've had a lot of moments where I'm like, dude, I just felt like I was in a Fast and the Furious situation.
Well, man, like the effects are so much better in this one. Like they're a lot more pronounced, but they still look realistic. I don't know. There's a lot more particle effect. There's a lot more like when it like freaking bullets will knock up like significant dust clouds depending on the type of round it is and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like just little stuff like that I've noticed. I'm like, man, like I caught myself. I was like playing. I think it was Invasion. I was playing Invasion and just like kind of just like stopped and was watching like the mayhem all around me and looking at every single particle effect that was like going on, and it was a lot.
Oh yeah.
And where there was a fight going on, there was a huge like cloud of like concrete dust because somebody was shooting somebody in cover and stuff. Like
it's tight, dude.
It's really good. Like and little things like that, you don't unless you stop and just like really look at it, you never notice, but it adds to the look of it. All those little things add up.
Definitely.
It was a good step forward from Modern Warfare 1. I was kind of thinking that they weren't going to do as much, but they went further.
They went all out, man.
They went further than I thought they would.
And and I haven't noticed much hacking, which was what I was kind of worried about in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it, and I've heard that the hacks that do exist, they're so obvious that like you'll see it. Like people will be flying around, or disappearing.
Invulnerable.
Yeah.
Well, there's a glitch that's making people invisible,
which I haven't seen yet. I honestly haven't seen that yet. So and I've played a lot. So I think like, on Warzone 1, you couldn't go like 2 matches. Like whenever it first dropped, you couldn't go 2 matches without running into a hacker. It's like now with this one, I haven't seen a single hacker yet. And I've been playing for like 3 days straight. So
maybe the ricochet shit is actually working now.
That's what I'm hoping. Or I think it's just a lot harder to get the hacks to work in your favor in this one.
Yeah. Maybe because the new engine and everything, it threw the hackers for a loop. Though, I mean, give it time.
Give it time. Yeah, they'll show up.
Yeah.
They'll show up. But right now, it's great. But anyways, yeah. So right now, I'm giving it like a good 9 out of 10 is what I'm feeling. Like once they get the lags and the bugs fixed up, I'm gonna give it a 10. But until then, like right now, I'm feeling a 9. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, as far as Call of Duties go, it's an absolute 10.
Yeah.
This is one of the, Infinity Ward has been making big steps, in terms of Call of Duty, because Call of Duty for the last, while has been the same kind of thing up until they released Modern Warfare 1 with that whole brand new engine, because, it was just kind of run-of-the-mill CODs before that.
Yeah.
And now, now we took another step on top of, what Infinity Ward did with Modern Warfare 1, and it's just getting better and better.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I like what they're doing, and it's finally making, buying a COD regularly now worth it.
Worth it. Hey, or not buying it.
Yeah. Well,
also, it brought my my COD
just
points
Warzone,
over.
yeah.
So my battle pass only cost me $2 because I brought my COD points from Warzone 1 over with me.
Yeah.
So I've already got my battle pass. I'm already almost done with the battle pass. I feel like I'm knocking out a pretty good percentage of it. fairly
Yeah,
quickly.
the new battle pass setup is odd too.
Not really. So it's like
Or you can choose which sections
Yeah.
you want to unlock. Yeah.
Yeah, at what point? That way you don't have to wait, basically. But you do kind of, because you have to unlock one, and then it gives you a split. You can either go left or right, and then it opens another two.
Okay.
Then you go left or right. But it's fun. It's like a little web of things. It kind of looks like the board game Risk. It looks like the board, and then you just kind of go through there.
Yeah.
But yeah, great game, all around, enjoying it.
Yeah.
The only other thing I played was right before this. I was playing that Return to Monkey Island, or whatever it's called, whatever the reboot of Monkey Island.
I thought
is.
it was Return. Yeah.
It is Return, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm at the very end of that, but Warzone 2 dropped. So, I was literally on the last puzzle, had the last key and everything, but I didn't see what the ending was because, Warzone 2 dropped, and I was like, fuck that. I don't care. No, that game is great. Monkey Island is awesome.
Hell yeah. I got to play very little of Warzone, and that was it. That was the extent of my gaming. I've been busy.
Oh, it'll be back on now.
Oh
that
yeah.
you're back.
No, I mean I'm going when I go home tonight. I'm getting on. So.
Hell yeah, I'll probably be on.
Hell
Let's jump into the news, though. Just so you guys know, we're using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're simply bringing them all to one place to just give them to you. Oh yeah.
Provocative.
Oh yes. You want to go first, or you want me
No,
to
you
go?
got it.
All
You
right.
got it.
So this one, I'm sad Brent's not here for this one because I feel like this is something Brent would really be happy about. But Team Ninja is reportedly planning on rebooting the Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive franchises.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah,
I fucking love Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden's cool. I'm not a huge fan of Ninja Gaiden, but I know Brent for a fact, and I myself are huge fans of Dead or Alive. So this is great news to hear that it's getting rebooted.
Dead or Alive, that's the fighting.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Dead or Alive was great. The original Xbox had Dead or Alive 3, as like a it was
Launch
like
title?
it was a launch title, and I believe it was exclusive
Was
on
it?
that system.
Okay.
And that was like next level. It was beautiful. The game itself is great. The fighting's fun. It's very concise in its fighting and whatnot. So you got to be pretty technical with it.
Yeah, I knew of Dead or Alive, but I never played one.
Well,
I was more of a Tekken, Soul Calibur kind of guy.
Soul Calibur's my shit too.
Dude, they need to bring Soul Calibur back.
I think they will. I think that'll make a comeback soon.
They're just giving it time because they made like how many of them like back to back to
6.
back.
I think Soul
No.
Calibur 6 was when they ended. Let's see. Brent would always make you play Dead or Alive 3. You'd get to feel like you were good against the AI. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is and that was from Jawbreaker. That's what Jawbreaker said. Yeah. We played a lot as kids. That was like the game to play for real. And then they put Master Chief in Dead or Alive 4, I think it was. Because he was in. You could play as Master Chief, and it was dope. The graphics were always beautiful in that game. Where they really fucked up was the most recent Dead or Alive, where they made it like a live service game. It was just trash. It was like a free to play, I think, and so they just fucked up with it. And then Jawbreaker said, then he would ruin your life. Yeah, Brent was unbeatable in that game, except for by my little sister for some reason. My little sister could beat the shit out of everybody, but she would just button mash.
Unpredictable.
I don't understand. I remember Brent was so good. He would play online and beat the shit out of people, and then Jamila would pick up a controller and just press some buttons and then just fuck him up. And it was funny. But anyways, so according to the Korean video game online community, RuliWeb, Team Ninja head Fumihiko Yasuda attended a panel at the G-Star conference in Busan, South Korea. He reportedly showed a slide at the end of his panel with pictures of Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive with the caption, "The Future of Team Ninja, Reboot of Popular Series." In a statement to VGC, Koei Tecmo said, "We have nothing to announce at this time." So, I believe
Sweet.
it's coming. So, I don't see why they would have that, thing if it wasn't the case.
Yeah,
Anyways, but what you got, Devin?
So our boy Phil Spencer, this is Ryan Denzel over at IGN. He said Phil Spencer is confident in decision to delay Starfield. So Starfield's original release date has come and gone, but despite fan disappointment, Xbox boss Phil Spencer is confident that delaying Bethesda's latest was the right move. Excuse me. Speaking to The Verge, Spencer said that releasing a game too early is a mistake the company has made before, and especially as Starfield is the first Bethesda game to be released as an Xbox exclusive, he wanted the developers to feel supported by their new publisher. So, I mean, just Phil Spencer being a good guy, Phil Spencer, and just talking about the date just came, because it was supposed to be what? The 20th?
No, it was like November 11th or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
because it was 11/11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. So
22.
just talking about it, he's like just reaffirming everyone,
Yeah, because 11
we
plus
should've-
11 is 22, right?
Yes.
So it's 22, 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. No, but yeah, so
Conspiracies. Right
that's
here.
what it was. And 22 minus 22 is 0. Holy shit. No, I'm
Which
kidding.
led to the delay of Starfield.
Yeah, so it's 0, meaning it's not coming out. There's 0
Ever.
games coming out
It's done.
that day.
Yeah, we just debunked it. You're welcome.
But yeah, so I think it's basically like we could put it out and it be bugged to hell, or we wait and we put it out and it's only bugged to a little bit of hell. Yeah, because it's gonna be bugged. Yeah,
Still a Bethesda
it's
game.
still a Bethesda
So,
game
I mean-
for sure. But there's always something good about delaying a game. That's my thing. It can only be good to delay a game that is coming. That's the other thing. If it was a game that we didn't know was for sure going to come out, like Dead Island or something like that, then yeah, delay is like,
God.
oh shit.
Yeah.
But this one, they're not going to fumble this. This is their shit. They have to put this out. So just be ready for a good game.
Yeah, which do you have the article for Dead Island? That it got delayed.
That was a while ago. We talked about that.
Was it a while ago?
Yeah, we talked about that
Getting
delayed for good, basically. I thought we talked about that last week.
No. It has another. It's not for good. No, it's to April.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
they put it on. Oh, you're right. That was a different game by Ubisoft. What was that got delayed? It was
was it the pirate one? Was it that one?
the pirate one and the not Assassin's
Skull and
Creed,
Bones.
not Assassin's Creed, but the other Middle Eastern,
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, well, that one got. I thought it's not delayed. They ended it.
Yeah, it's done, and that's the same thing for the other one, the Skull and Bones. It's on hiatus, basically.
I thought it was just like it's delayed until we're not entirely sure when.
Exactly.
But like Prince of Persia, they said like, nah, this isn't getting released.
Yeah, it's not happening, basically. But
Yeah.
anyways, go ahead.
But well, yeah, real quick while we're on delays though, Dead Island 2 is delayed again, this time to April 23. So in case we didn't specify the date.
That game specifically, I don't think is going to happen. Like, I think it might come out, but it's going to be ass. That game is going to be so bad. The thing is like they're just trying to build up on the hype because when they initially canceled it, they realized everybody was like, "No, we wanted that," and they're like,
there's
"What?"
a lot of people who wanted that
Like,
game.
we didn't realize you guys wanted this. So now they're like, years later, they're like, guess what? It's coming, and it's gonna be ass. So get ready.
I hope not.
It will be.
I mean, I don't have high hopes for it by any means, but I'm trying to keep I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Excuse me.
But okay, so interesting thing here. Where is it? Oh, so it's been over 2.5 years since we first parachuted into Verdansk, but Warzone's first map still sits fondly in the hearts of fans. After an exciting saga which sprawled across 2 Call of Duty games, played host to a zombie outbreak, and culminated in a cataclysmic event that wiped the map clean off the face of the Warzone, it looked unlikely that we'd ever see it in its full glory again. But Call of Duty Warzone Mobile has different ideas, however, and by dropping us back into a 120 player lobby version of Verdansk, it sets its sights on the ambitious task of bringing one of the most popular battle royales to mobile devices. So, yeah,
Verdansk is going to COD Mobile.
yeah,
Nice.
which is unfortunate because they should have it as like just a side offshoot level you can go to
In
Warzone.
2.0.
Yeah, maybe not even 2.0. Put it back in the original Warzone because the original Warzone is still up, but they're just calling it Caldera.
Well, isn't it gonna? It's not live right now.
Not-
though.
not right
yeah,
now,
it'll go back
yeah.
on the 28th or
Yeah.
some shit.
And it
It's
will
so
just be
weird.
called Warzone Caldera is what it's going to be called. But so let's see whenever it's coming out. I think it's already out.
The COD Mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it launched with 2.0.
Yeah, I think it did. So pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Very cool. While we're on the subject, and this whole episode's going to be mainly about this, Call of Duty Warzone 2 hits 25 million players in less than a week.
Dang.
So Warzone 2.0 launched, sorry, this is Andrea Sheeran over at IGN, launched just last week. But the Battle Royale sequel has already surpassed the 25 million player milestone. The official Call of Duty series account thanked Warzone 2.0 players for the achievement on Twitter, where some users met the announcement with a mixture of fanfare and complaints over unstable servers and connections. So, I mean, everybody's gonna bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is a big success.
So, this is pretty sad here. Jason David Frank, the actor best known for donning the green and white Ranger personas as Tommy Oliver in the original run of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, has died at the age of 49 due to apparent suicide. So yeah, this is very unfortunate. He was everybody's favorite Ranger, I think.
And like people our age, like we grew up with with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like. That was a lot of people our age, like, childhood heroes and stuff. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's so sad to see, man. Like,
yeah, there was something cool about, like, the idea of him being, like, a bad guy and then, becoming a good guy and becoming, like, the dopest good guy. Yeah. There's something about that, like, that I know it was a very thematic thing, like, when we were kids, like, with Vegeta, even, things like that. He was kind of the Vegeta of Power Rangers, in a way. So less little man syndrome, but, same thing. But, like, it's very sad, and I feel for his family and everything. I know he was actually not just the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. He was like a professional fighter for a little while there too.
Yeah, he did try MMA. I don't know. He never got like professional with it, but he was like semi pro or something.
Yeah, I think he actually did some pro fights, not UFC, but like he did like pro MMA fights. And then but he's in the Texas area, or he was in the Texas area. He was in Houston for a while, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could have sworn.
Where was he living before his passing? Do you know?
I think in Texas. I'm not quite sure exactly where. Let's see. Yep, he died in Texas. Yeah. Please respect the privacy of his family and friends during this horrible time as we come to terms with the loss of such a wonderful human being. Justine Hunt confirmed. So that's his representative. So. Shout out to his family and everything. It's a sad day in the nerddom. So, right. What you got?
So this is pretty cool. So Andrea Sheeran over at IGN. So Sony might stick a PS5 into the Honda electric car.
Oh no! Now no one will ever get these cars.
So
there's not enough chips.
So Sony and Honda may have a solution for more entertainment on the go, a plan that includes integrating PlayStation 5 support in future electric cars. In an interview with the Financial Times, President and COO of Sony Honda Mobility, Izumi Kawanishi, said it's possible to integrate the PS5 into cars. The console and other Sony services are part of a greater vision to make a more entertainment-driven vehicle, competing with other electric models like Tesla. So watch out, Elon. Honda's coming for you. He's gonna fucking throw a Series X in there or something.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, they have like the Teslas have a dedicated like GPU, right?
Yeah, and you can play like certain games. I think you can play Cyberpunk in them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Let's see here. This is just kind of like a little, I guess, update to something, but CD Projekt Red has announced that the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC next-gen update for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt will be released on December 14th. So that's right around the corner. If you're excited about the Witcher, next-gen update, it's coming up. Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, Super Beaner says, "Howdy, y'all." And oh yeah, we need more people that aren't looking at where they're driving. I agree. We need more people doing that.
Dude, I had a Tesla being weird. I was driving a bunch this weekend, and on the way down to Galveston, there was this Tesla that was like hauling ass, but then every time it like got up next to a car, it would slow down significantly and stay next to that vehicle and then move on.
Yeah, it was the AI learning, ready to take over.
Well, I don't know. it looked like the person was just like on their phone too, like looking down. So I think it was the self-driving, but the self-driving was being weird, and it was like speeding too.
Really?
Yeah.
It probably wasn't self-driving.
I don't know.
I'm gonna assume it was just that dude being a dumbass,
I don't. It was every single car
Maybe
that
he
it
was
passed.
drunk.
It's I don't know,
drunk driving his Tesla.
dude. I did see one guy in a little bitty freaking S10 or something, a little truck, all over like 3 lanes on 45, going down to Galveston as well.
I hate that dude.
Yeah.
I hate driving on 45. Like I feel like
You never know what the hell you're gonna see on 45.
no, and it's always bad.
Yeah,
There's
it's never good.
anything
No,
good.
no.
Never like, oh look, someone driving wonderfully on 45.
No, everybody's in the left lane, and then the right 3 lanes are just a free for all.
It's super being put Tesla voice stealing info. That's how,
Yeah,
like,
they're scanning
they
our
stop
wallets
it
and
at
shit.
everything. Yeah, it's like thank you.
But
But yeah. So are you excited about Witcher 3's next gen update? Are you gonna try that out?
I don't have. Oh,
It's coming to PC. The next gen update.
don't
It's not
know.
just for console.
I don't have Witcher on PC. I only have Witcher on PS4.
Oh yeah, no. I just mean in general. Would you purchase this game to experience it?
If I can catch it on the cheap, yeah, catch it on the
Yeah.
low, because I do want to see what it looks like, because they're touting it's going to be a pretty big upgrade.
Yeah,
So.
well, that's my thing. Is like I don't know. I've tried this game several times.
I
And
have
just
too.
Can't get into it.
The fighting feels weird to me.
Feels awful.
It's clunky.
Though I've heard.
Maybe I just didn't. Maybe I'm just not good at it. I don't know.
I've never gotten outside of the small mini world or like open world or whatever. Apparently, like if the first 8 hours of the game is not the actual open world, like you're in basically a tutorial zone for like the first 8 hours. So I've never actually experienced the real game.
Well, that
apparently.
tutorial sounds fucking hard.
Yeah, it's hard and long. So yeah, but you know, so
low hanging fruit.
yeah, if one day I could get out of there, maybe I'll like it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I just haven't gotten to the goods.
If I can catch it on a good sale, I will give it another shot with the new, the new aesthetics to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
What you got?
so a little quick one here. George Yang over at IGN. So Ubisoft PC games returning to Steam, starting with Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh,
so
dang.
they pulled them all to have it on their own launcher and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I guess it wasn't doing too hot.
Probably not. No, and it probably the launcher.
Just not
I
worth
haven't
it.
used. Wait, I haven't played. Because you could play. No, anytime that you would try it on Game Pass, it would go to the Ubisoft launcher
Ubisoft
and
player,
then and then launch the game. So
yeah.
what if it still does that though? I mean, are they gonna be able to launch it? Well, let's just,
yeah. They'll just stop launching it from.
yeah. So
the launcher.
Ubisoft's PC games are starting to come back to the Steam next month on December 6th. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Anno 1800, and Roller Champions will be available on the PC storefront. A Ubisoft representative wrote in a statement to Eurogamer, "We're constantly evaluating how to bring our games to different audiences wherever they are while providing a consistent player ecosystem through Ubisoft Connect."
I mean, you guys fucked it up. What do you mean? Like, we took
Yeah,
it
'cause
all
they were-
away just to see where it would be good at. Like, and fucking Steam, the most popular fucking launcher in the whole fucking world. You know, you don't really have to guess. Like, just put it on
So-
Steam.
Yeah, it said Ubisoft stopped putting its PC games on Steam back in 2019 in favor of placing them on its own PC launcher, as well as the Epic Games Store. Some of Ubisoft's last releases on Steam were Trials Rising, Far Cry New Dawn, and Starlink Battle for Atlas. So yeah.
I think Ubisoft is really like. Ubisoft has been one of those companies in my lifetime that I've watched go from being like a powerhouse to just really just being shit.
Just trying to scrape, like they're just trying to like take any opportunity to try to get what they used to have back.
Yeah, well, and I don't know
And, like,
what that
half-ass
goal
effort.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like they just do annual releases of the same shit every year. I know Brent likes Assassin's Creed. He's not really here to fight for Assassin's Creed, but like outside of Assassin's Creed, Far Cry used to be one of my favorite things, but I feel like they've genuinely been getting worse with each installment that they release year after year, and it's just like
5 was the last one that I played. I enjoyed 5 though.
yeah, 5 was good, but it was also like 5 was a 7. You know, like it was like 3 was perfect. I feel like 3 was like where they hit their peak. 4 was great. And then 5 was great, and then all their little expansions were kind of
The
trash.
in-betweens.
Yeah, and then 6 was just utter garbage apparently. And then
I didn't even play it because I didn't hear anything good. Like
yeah, and all their other stuff, like you got Dead Island not showing up, you got fucking their Prince of Persia just falling off, like Beyond Good and Evil, like we haven't Beyond Good and Evil 2. We haven't even heard shit about that game. They like announced it. Remember, that game's been on a roll for like 7 years where they're like, oh, it's coming.
it didn't. It was at like an E3 a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like they showed a cinematic trailer.
Yeah, and everybody's like, yeah, and then they were like,
nothing.
yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah, nothing at all. And then now, here we go. Some more Ubisoft news. Splinter Cell fans today got an unexpected glimpse at the game's upcoming remake. Which, by the way, so yeah, their VR shit, their Splinter Cell VR shit. They were like, yeah, we're putting out the Splinter Cell VR. Never mind. We're not actually doing that. Do you remember that? They announced they were doing this.
Yeah, well, because they announced 2 projects. They announced the
Mm-hmm.
VR stuff and this reboot or remake or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like
they canceled the VR.
Yeah.
So it's like, so they say stuff and then just don't do it, or like they'll mention it and it's like, okay, so is it really gonna happen?
Yeah, let's look at the feedback. How many people like this post?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, not enough.
Yeah.
Scrap it.
I've gotten to the point with Ubisoft where like when they announce something, I have to wait like a couple months before I like actually believe it's happening.
Yeah, when there's like solid development already put into the game.
But yeah, so they apparently fans got an unexpected glimpse at the game's upcoming remake. Some new concept art was released on Ubisoft as part of Splinter Cell's 20th anniversary celebrations, depicting Sam Fisher in action with those familiar multi-vision goggles. Not to mention a particularly intense-looking interrogation. Creative director Chris Audi confirmed that the Splinter Cell remake is still, quote, very early in production, and it sounds as though it's still a long way off. But by the time it gets here, it looks as though it'll include some improvements to the original. Quote, 20 years later, we can look back at the plot, the characters, the overall story of the game, and make some improvements, things that might not have aged particularly well, said creative director Chris Audi. But the core of the story, the core of the experience will remain as it was in the original game.
They're going to fuck it up. I don't like that statement at all.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, like make it what it was, make sure that you check all those boxes. And then, yeah, if there's quality of life improvements, then make it. But that's not what that sounded like.
In
that
2022,
Oh,
this
man.
time around, it's Samantha Fisher.
That-
It's like, you don't have to be just Sam. Like they're gonna throw in like the 2 options, which I don't really care, but I think that would be hilarious if they did, because it's playing off of the whole Tom Clancy thing. That's where it's weird.
Well, I feel like they're gonna try to like make a better system to like play and stuff, and they're not gonna have it. It's not gonna be even reminiscent of like what we were used to back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they're gonna fuck up. But with that statement, like it sounds like they're gonna try to like tweak it and make.
Also, if you're gonna remake Splinter Cell, don't remake Splinter Cell. Remake Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, the one everybody wants. Like, why the fuck are you going all the way back to the very beginning, the most basic version of the game?
I love the OG Splinter Cells. They got the later ones got a little too far.
Chaos Theory was the best. 3 was the peak of.
And 3 that was the first one with the multiplayer in it, right? And
It had co-op. It had
co-op.
Yeah, it had co-op. But like you could play online co-op, or you could do couch co-op with the game, or you could just play it by yourself. But it was a good game, and it had like a lot of cool shit in it. There's still stuff that people like bring up on YouTube videos and stuff, like hidden details and things like that, where like in Chaos Theory, there's like a fish tank in a room, and if you shoot the fish tank, the water will go down to wherever the hole is and then stop. It doesn't just like, just empty out like a fucking, like.
Well, and all the elements, like interactive elements in Splinter Cell, like shooting out all the lights, the doors, windows, everything. Like
it was awesome. The
it's time for more Splinter Cell. We've been too long without it.
For sure.
So I'm excited. I hope they do it right. I hope they do it justice.
I don't even think it's gonna happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, right. Yeah, talking about all the shit with
justice.
Ubisoft. Like
it's very early in production.
Yeah,
So
did you see? I've been so busy, I didn't get a chance to look at. Did you see what it actually looked like?
I just saw looking at that article. Yeah, it looks nice, but I mean, It is what it is.
Yeah.
So
Well, something that apparently isn't looking nice is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
I've heard this, but
It is full of glaring technical problems. I've seen several videos
Yeah.
over the last couple days, and like people just like going down a hill and clipping through the whole map. There was one. There's one where so the legendaries, I don't know what
yeah,
their
they're
names
like
are.
rideable Pokemon.
Yeah, they turn into bikes. Well, one guy was trying to make it do like the transformation, and the player model was like spaghettifying and getting like super tall, trying to sit on the Pokemon, and then it was just like canceling out. And anytime he'd try to do it, it would just like its arms and legs of this little character would just get like super long and tall,
What
and
the
then
fuck?
and then he'd go back to normal.
So it's just Cybermon 2077.
Dude,
basically.
it like yeah, and apparently here let's go through the article because I'm sure there's a lot more, but it's bad and it's very consistent. Like a lot of people are having issues with it apparently.
my or go ahead and read some of the things about it. I'm gonna give you my theory on why I think this is happening.
This is probably a new engine, huh?
I don't think so. I don't know if it's necessarily a new engine. I think the problem is that there was a lot of talk for a while there that there was going to be a new like a Switch Pro, remember? And
What if they had to dial it back?
yeah, because I think they were no. I think they were gonna make the Switch Pro, and I think they were making this for the Switch
yeah.
Pro with that in mind.
And they had to like backpedal on this, and so
Yeah.
like maybe the Switch isn't enough to run the game.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because remember they halted. Like there was rumors that the Switch Pro got halted because of the chip shortage. So like they
Yeah.
ended up not putting out a Switch Pro. My guess is that or my theory is that this was originally getting made for that, and then whenever Nintendo like hit them up and they're like, "Hey, actually, Switch Pro's not coming out, so you're just gonna have to make all this work on the current system." They just made it, it's either that or Game Freak's just not very familiar with making big open world
Yeah,
games.
it's
know,
just
so-
new territory. Like going
Yeah.
into, I would imagine it's vastly different from designing what they're used to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let's see. Rebecca Valentine over at IGN. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's review embargo has lifted. And as it ticks over to November 18th, around the world, folks are beginning to get access to them, which means everyone is now able to see an extremely unfortunate, glaring issue with the games. They run very, very poorly. So we cover... Excuse me. We covered this in our review in progress, and there's a lot more to the game that we discuss in there. But here's a quick...
At IGN.
Yeah, in IGN.
Not us.
Sorry, I'm still reading the article. But here's a quick excerpt summarizing the issues we specifically ran into. So I'm just going to read this, and that'll be enough to give you an idea. So the frame rate is all over the place, dipping agonizingly low, even when only a few effects such as flowing water or weather are on screen. That could absolutely be what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Character models only a few feet away pop in and out, sometimes rapidly, or chug along at stop motion animation speeds. Everything has a weird shimmery blur to it, and shadows frequently disappear and reappear suddenly and illogically. Pokemon clip in and out of walls, floors, or odd angles, or get stuck in them entirely. I spent an entire gym battle with one Pokemon halfway buried in the floor. The camera will occasionally clip through mountainsides and give a full view of a video gamey void, sometimes ruining cool moments, like for instance the evolution of my Wooper. Everything lags all the time, from the battles to menus to cutscenes. Two of our guides writers have experienced hard game crashes. It is by far the worst running Pokemon game I've ever played, and among the worst running AAA games I've played on the Switch so far. And yes, this is with the day one patch.
Oh, really? This is after the patch. See, the thing is like I've got two people in real life that I know who have the game and who have played it and are currently playing it and really enjoying it. Like everybody I've talked to who has played it has said that the bugs and everything are there, but like it doesn't ruin the game. Like the game is still the best Pokemon they've ever played. Like they say like even with all the bugs, the crashing, the frame rate, all that stuff, the game itself is that good that you don't care because
Well, hopefully they get it fixed quick then.
yeah, because it's like the
just
first
seems like some
real
optimization
open world
issues.
thing going on here. Apparently, it's actually open world. Like you go out, you can go to the last gym if you want to right off the bat.
Yeah.
And they've done a lot of improvements on things like going into caves and stuff. Like from the last one, which was what was the last one called? The last open world one that they did. Oh my gosh, Arceus.
Arceus, yeah.
Yeah, so Arceus apparently had like you'd find caves and you'd go in them and there'd be nothing. Like there'd just be like random Pokemon. Like this one really, they tried to make like a
The
specific type
Pokemon
of
be
Pokemon
in the areas that they'd actually be in.
Yes,
Yeah.
and like like whenever a storm rolls in, like there's like those Piplup Pokemon that like float around, like the the little like pink poofy ones. Apparently, like I was listening to the lady at IGN talk about it. I forget her name. I apologize. But anyways, she was talking about how they were floating around and the storm came in and blew them away. Like they started flying off, and I was like, "Oh, that's
cool.
awesome." So like they took into thought like how the weather would affect the Pokemon and all this stuff, and that sounds cool to me. Like I can overlook certain things. Frame rate issues and stuff like that. And she said another reason why she thinks a lot of this is happening because even if you get into a battle, you can still see the Pokemon in the background that were there. It's not like it pulls you into like a different...
The battle happens right there with the world.
Yeah, it just zooms in and it tries to get rid of some
That's
stuff.
Cool, and that's how it should be. But having all those effects from the battle while generating everything around it, like...
She said that can suck because like if you're just trying to knock out like a small battle, like some of your wait times can be insane, like because of the lagging and stuff. But I do know that there's like something that they added where like if you get into, you can turn it on to where if you get into a battle with a Pokemon that's way weaker than your Pokemon, it'll just knock it. It'll just end the battle. It'll say like you won or whatever. So you don't have to like fight like small bullshit Pokemon
and wait through the lag.
Yeah, some stuff like that. So
I'm sure with their reputation and everything, and their all the funds available to them, like they're gonna fix it. They're gonna fix this quick.
Yeah,
I would hope
this is gonna be a great one. And it is 4-player co-op open world apparently. So, that's really cool.
Yeah, I want to see more of that.
Yeah, and the way I think it works like Elden Ring, where like you have the whole open world, but if you go to a certain area, you might get fucked up. And there's like certain Pokemon that people are learning about, like, oh, well, how do I beat this Pokemon, or things like that by just experiencing the world, because there's so many new Pokemon and stuff. It's really exciting.
That's dope.
Sounds like the thing we've all been waiting for since we were kids. So
yeah,
I'm interested.
Once
I
get this fixed, I'm gonna get a Switch for sure. Like, because this is what I've been waiting for, like a legit open world Pokemon.
Yep.
And what was the last one?
Arceus?
No, before that.
Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield, yeah. Sword and Shield were like, it was like the halfway step.
Halfway. I was like, this is bullshit.
I was like, it's not enough for me to get a Switch yet.
No.
But this is looking more and more like it's going to be the title that gets me to get a Switch.
Yeah, definitely. Same.
Because I want to return back to Pokemon.
Well, I have a Switch. But I mean, this will be the one that'll get me in. Because I didn't touch Arceus, because I even said when Arceus dropped, this is just the halfway point. I was like, I know this is what I want, but it's not there yet. The next mainline one they do, and here it is. Yeah. This is the shit. So
well, fix your shit, Game Freak. Get on it.
Anyways,
yeah.
Wait, that was you, huh?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so the next little bit of interesting news here. Let me see. Apparently, I find this pretty interesting. I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which... No, I'm just kidding. So this comes over from CBS News, actually. The co-creator of classic video game series Sonic the Hedgehog has been arrested for alleged insider trading, according to public prosecutors in Tokyo. Yuji Naka, a 57-year-old programmer known for making Sonic and other major titles at Japanese game firm Sega, was arrested on Friday, a prosecution document obtained by AFP said. His alleged misdeed took place nearly 3 years ago when Naka was an employee at, quote, Final Fantasy, in quote, creator Square Enix. The Tokyo District Prosecutor's Office document said. Naka is accused of buying shares in another game company, Aiming, when he knew they were going to release a new title jointly developed with Square Enix. So he purchased 10,000 shares in the company Aiming for 2.8 million yen or 20,000 US dollars in January 2020, according to the document. And the new game was announced the following month. So prosecutors on Thursday arrested 2 other former Square Enix employees, also for alleged insider trading linked to aiming. Naka was not immediately reachable for comment, but his fans expressed surprise and disappointment on social media. Quote, "Please tell me this isn't true. He brought Sonic to life. I'm so sad," one Twitter user wrote.
Oh my God.
Quote, "He worked on many great games. So disappointing," end quote, said another.
There are so many fucking politicians doing this shit all the time,
the
and they're gonna
time.
go after a video game
Yeah.
developer. Like,
I mean, yeah, I get it. It's
Oh
illegal,
my
but
God.
it is what it is. And also, he's Japanese. So are you talking about the Twitter users? Yeah. The Twitter users, yeah.
oh well, no, just like the fact that he got busted for this when there's politicians that do this shit every single day.
They'll
Yeah.
never get in
They
trouble.
literally, that's how they make their income is from insider trading.
Good old Nancy Pelosi. No, but I don't want to name any names, but you know.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is like, this is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Japan is very strict though.
Yeah.
Like overly strict with any form of like crime.
anything. Yeah. So
At all.
the laws are gonna. I feel bad for him in a way. Like, I mean, I get, like, I feel like this is kind of like a victimless crime in a way.
Yeah,
Like, it's almost like he didn't really hurt anybody.
No.
He just made himself some money, you know, and maybe he needed that
Now,
money.
if he was changing legislation to do insider trading,
now
then
that's not a
then,
victimless
yeah,
crime.
that's like
This
but
guy
this
was
is a
just
video
like-
game. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
I know this is going to be a big hit. Let me invest a little bit. Like,
Yeah. It's like almost
Jesus.
like, I don't know if insider trading, you know, like maybe I'm just like, I'm giving myself away here. It's like, not that I've ever insider I've never been a part of anything that I could
I'm calling the
insider trade.
cops,
Yeah.
Jamel.
I knew GameSpeak was gonna blow up. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've never been a part of anything to be able to do that. But I feel like insider trading on like if you're making a video game and you know that video game is gonna be dope as fuck, and you go ahead and like it's about to get
It's like
announced,
placing a bet on
You're
yourself.
placing a bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like like I don't know if that should be illegal. Like
I
just don't know.
Like, because
you
the
know?
game could fucking swamp. It could be terrible, and
Yeah.
then like, and
Then
then,
you
you
just
lost.
lost that
Then you
money.
lost money. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's not like you're like just talking about changing legislation, changing a law that
Yeah.
you know is you for sure know is going to affect the
Yeah.
price of that stock. Like,
Or yeah, exactly. Or you have some people. But anyways, yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. My thing is like I don't know if I'm not disappointed in the guy for trying to make some money. Like like I'm not disappointed at all. If he goes to prison, that sucks. Honestly,
there's probably a pretty good chance he will.
He's
Just 'cause
definitely gonna go to
Japan
prison for
is,
sure.
Yeah, Japan don't play with anything, man.
Yeah, my boy out here hustling, and he got caught. That's just part of the game, though. I think he knew, as a video gamer himself, he knew the game that he was playing. He knew that he could get caught, so he chose 57 years of age to be the age that he goes to prison. But
It's not a good age to go to prison.
no,
I don't know
sucks
that
to
any age is good.
No.
But
suck. You definitely don't want to go at 57.
I wonder how Japanese prisons are.
Maybe it'll be maybe he'll be respected over there in the prison. Like he'll go in and they'll be like, "Oh, dude, you made Sonic." Like we won't beat your ass. So we'll see.
I'm sure that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll come out and write a book about it. But anyways, or make a game about it. But so
Sonic Prison Escape.
what you got, Div?
So NVIDIA is being sued over controversial 16-pin connector.
Okay.
Yeah, I am not really up to date on any of this, but there was an update on it. It says in a new post on the NVIDIA support page, the company confirmed that it is still actively investigating reports about the 12 VH PWR 16-pin connector cable. NVIDIA notes that about 50 cases globally have been reported thus far. So NVIDIA also suggests that what may be causing... Where's the fucking
Yeah,
article?
where's the original?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Let me see. I think I saw something about this earlier. NVIDIA lawsuit. Let's see.
So
They have a lot of lawsuits, apparently.
So an RTX 4090 owner has filed a class action lawsuit against NVIDIA over the company's controversial connector cable. As reported by Tom's Hardware, Lucas Genova filed a lawsuit last week concerning the 12 VHP WR 16-pin connector used for the company's current high-end graphics card, the GeForce RTX 4090. In the legal complaint, Genova's legal team notes that he purchased an RTX 4090 graphics card and noticed the connector cable began to melt shortly after installing it into his PC.
Okay,
And
melting.
so there's a bunch of cases about happening over the world apparently. And I mean, if I dropped like two grand on a graphics card, I wouldn't want it to just melt for no reason.
Or I think the pin is possibly melting and fucking up the port, or the connector.
Oh,
that
and
it's
even
connecting
fucking
to.
up the motherboard too.
Yeah,
Huh?
so that's where I think the lawsuit comes in, is because I'm sure NVIDIA would replace the graphics card, but I bet they're not willing to replace the motherboard that it's fucked up.
It says the cause of the melting appears to be a design flaw relating to the high wattage flowing through each of the 16 pins. The legal complaint notes if there is even a temporary break in the electrical connection for any of the pins, too high a current will flow through the remaining pins, causing a meltdown. Damn.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Good thing I can't afford a 4090 to figure that
Yeah,
out.
I'm too broke to have these problems.
Yeah. So this is by way of Ryan Leston over at IGN. BioShock creator Ken Levine and Take-Two Interactive are involved with the upcoming movie, which is apparently quote unquote really true to the game. During an interview with Collider, director Francis Lawrence explained how Netflix has given him free rein to tackle the movie as he sees fit, and that means working alongside the game's creator. Quote, basically me and Cameron McConomy, who works with me, and Michael Green are getting to do what we want to do, which is great, he said. A lot of it is staying really true to the game itself, and we're talking to Take-Two Interactive and Ken Levine. So that's good to know that Ken Levine has some say in this film, because otherwise I think this movie is going to be garbage. I have really high hopes for this just because Ken Levine is involved. So BioShock, the Netflix movie adaptation, could be great, could be good. That's all I got to say about this.
You never fucking know with these like video game adaptations.
Yeah, you don't. And just another quick, since that one was so short, I'm gonna drop one more.
Go ahead. I only have one more left. So.
This one's pretty hype. I'm sure AJ, my little brother, he listens to the show a lot. So shout out to AJ. I think this is actually going to be some really happy news for him, but the Walt Disney Company is experiencing a major and very unexpected corporate shakeup as current CEO Bob Chapek, a lot of people calling him Bob Paycheck over the years. That's from me. That's not from IGN. Is stepping down from his position and being replaced by his predecessor, Bob Iger. So this is really big fucking news, especially for Star Wars, in my opinion. But the news was revealed by Disney's board of directors on Sunday. This change takes effect immediately as Iger returns to a role he only vacated in 2020. Iger's new contract will see him serve as CEO for the next 2 years. Quote, we thank Bob Chapek for his service to Disney over his long career, including 2 years, including navigating the company through the unprecedented challenges of the pandemic, said chairman of the board, Susan Arnold, in a statement. The board has concluded that as Disney embarks on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Bob Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through this pivotal period. This news comes just days after Chapek notified company executives of a new series of cost-cutting measures, including layoffs, targeted hiring freezes, and travel limits. Disney's recent quarterly earnings report showed troubling signs for the company, including a loss of nearly $1.5 billion in the streaming division, causing the company's stock price to drop to a 2-year low. Quote, I am fully aware this will be a difficult process for many of you and your teams, Chapek said. We are going to have to make tough and uncomfortable decisions, including getting rid of myself, apparently. He didn't say that. But, so Iger previously served as CEO of the Walt Disney Company from 2005 to 2020, which was, the greatest time for Disney, actually, So during his tenure, Iger oversaw a period of huge expansion for the company, including the acquisition of Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and 21st Century Fox, as well as the launch of the Disney Plus streaming service. Chapek previously served as head of parks, experiences, and products, and as chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts before being promoted to CEO in February 2020. So my thing is like having Bob Iger back. This is going to be great, I think, because this will be good for. He was there for all the good shit. He was there for all when Star Wars was good. He was also there when Star Wars was bad, but I think it was.
Yeah, I was about to say
He was
left
kind
in
of like
20.
on his way out. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think this is like them trying to go back to their old ways, which is very important in my opinion. I think he I don't know. I just think I just am specifically talking about Star Wars. I just want good Star Wars. That's all I want.
Keep dreaming, Jamal.
That's all I want.
No.
You know, that's all I want.
You're not gonna get it.
Give me good Star Wars.
It's over. It's done.
I'm a grown man, and I just want my Star Wars. But anyways, yeah. So, what you got, Devin? Give us the last.
So, Activision Blizzard committed to Chinese gaming market following end of NetEase agreement.
Okay.
So NetEase and Blizzard's partnership might not mean too much in North America, but was the reason why Blizzard games were available in one of the world's largest gaming markets. This partnership is dead as of today, and according to one senior NetEase figure, it's all because of one quote-unquote jerk.
Yeah. Okay.
So Simon Zhu, a 10-year veteran at NetEase who has held several senior positions at the company, including president of global investment and partnership, wrote a short post on LinkedIn mourning the end of the NetEase and Blizzard partnership. As a gamer who spent 10,000 hours in the world of Azeroth, StarCraft, and Overwatch, I feel so heartbroken as I will no longer have access to my account and memories next year, Zhu writes. One day, when what has happened behind the scenes could be told, developers and gamers will have a whole new understanding of how much damage a jerk can make. So apparently they're pretty upset about this.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm confused as to the whole, I don't even know what this really does at all. So
Activision Blizzard announced that several game franchises, including Overwatch, StarCraft, Diablo 3, and World of Warcraft, will be suspended in China starting on January 23rd, 2023. So I guess this NetEase thing, is that like their whole network?
I guess. I don't.
Because they monitor every single thing that anybody does in China on the internet.
Yeah.
The company said it couldn't reach a new deal with NetEase, the Chinese company responsible for publishing Blizzard games in the country, and a necessary partner to navigate China's publishing bureaucracy. So yeah, it's interaction between China
and Blizzard.
the Chinese government and getting their games published there.
Maybe Blizzard was standing up to the Chinese man, and being like, I don't want you guys involved, because I know NetEase has a lot of basically any company and any corporate or corporation in China has like very close ties to the Chinese communist government. So maybe something bad was going down there and they were just like, I don't really trust our but then again, it's Activision Blizzard, so I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm not versed on this agreement at all. This is the first news I'm hearing of it. So yeah, everything except Diablo apparently will still be available because it's under a different agreement.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. We'll see how this affects everything. But there was
that is all I got.
Some bad news for movie stuff, or at least in my opinion. They're rebooting. Y'all get ready for this. Another reboot. The team behind Paramount's successful Scream reboot, I wouldn't call it that. That was a terrible Scream reboot. Are reportedly targeting another dormant franchise, John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Leave this alone. All right. You can't fucking reboot Escape from New York, especially in 2022. It's not going to end well because it's just not. There's no way to explain or to understand the thought process behind the original Escape from New York and Escape from L.A. Notice the locations where they're trying to escape and how they became basically. Have you ever watched these?
No, I'm trying. I don't think so.
Oh man, yeah.
me-
So they're great. Basically, in the future or now, this movie was made back in the 80s, but
Yeah.
like in that time, basing around this time, they thought that they're like it's obvious-
that time basing around this time.
yeah, it's hard to explain, but basically it was like, all of New York is a giant prison. Like they just basically cut the
Walled
whole
it in.
It walled it in and like
Yeah.
all the stuff. And
Okay, no, I have not seen.
no, it's amazing, and it's Kurt Russell, and it's
Yeah.
ridiculous, and it's great. So watch those. You don't fuck with these things. It's like trying to reboot, Big Trouble in Little China. Or, it's just not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Anyway, so that's basically.
People just can't come up with good original ideas anymore for movies. They've just and the same can even be said about some video games now. Like we're seeing so many reboots and remakes in all mediums. Of
Yeah, that's the
entertainment.
time we're in. That's the time because everybody who loved those franchises are on their way out or are getting older, so they got to remake it for this new generation.
The member berries, man.
Yeah.
The member.
Yeah, and so these young whippersnappers are they need their version of it. It's like, no, give them something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them make their new shit. They don't need remakes. Yeah. So, anyways, one last big thing I feel like we got to mention is that Microsoft. So, this comes by way of GameSpot by Jason Finelli. As the pending sale of Activision Blizzard to Microsoft continues to be analyzed by regulatory committees around the world, a new report by the New York Times has revealed an attempt by Microsoft to remedy one of rival Sony's largest issues with the acquisition, Call of Duty. The report states that on November 11th, Microsoft offered Sony a deal that would see new releases in the first-person shooter franchise continue to launch on PlayStation for the very least the next decade. Sony, according to the report, did not comment on the offer when asked. So this just shows that Sony is just being a little bitch. They were like, look, 10 years from now, Call of Duty comes out every fucking year. In 10 years, I seriously doubt Call of Duty will have the buy potential that it has right now, or the sell potential. So by that time,
I don't know, man. We were saying. I'm sure people were saying the same thing like 15 years ago when. When Modern Warfare. Wait, how long was the original Modern Warfare? How long ago was that?
That was not 15 years ago. That was like 2005.
Are you sure?
2004? It was 2004 was the first Modern Warfare, I think. Look that up. 2004. Right?
If I could ever get anything to load.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Google it. You got this.
It's not loading.
Okay. Here, I got you. No.
Yeah, I'm not on your Wi-Fi.
No.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Sorry.
That'll be
Of Duty
if it was
4, right? Was Modern Warfare.
or 07. Was it 07?
I thought it was 2000. Yeah, 2007. So yeah, definitely not 15 years ago, right? Is that 15 years ago? Is that, I don't know time.
Yes, it's exactly 15 years
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
15 years ago? That's insane.
Yeah. No, as I'm
So I
saying,
would have
like,
been 15. No, I would have been 14. At the
14, 13, yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But I turned 30, so I would be 15
No,
at
you'd be
this
15,
point.
yeah.
But when it came out, the year around the time that it came out.
Regardless,
Wow.
long ass time ago.
Long ass.
Dude,
fucking
I don't know.
time ago.
I think Call of Duty's just become like the staple, like pick it up and play shooter.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's gonna be here for a little while longer.
Definitely. But my thing is like, crying Jim Ryan, just stop the fucking bullshit, bro. It's gonna happen no matter what. Xbox is gonna get this. They're just stalling. They're stalling. And you can't say that Xbox isn't trying to, give in to your demands. They're offering you 10 fucking years at the very least. That's a long time. At that point, if you don't have a shooter for your, exclusive for your console, then
Too bad.
that's your fucking fault. But anyways, that's it for this week's hot video game news. We're gonna jump on over to this week's hot releases, and guess what? There isn't any hot releases this week. There's a lot of games coming out, but they're all bullshit. As far as I could tell, there might be some. Yeah, yeah. Just trust us. There's nothing good. And if they are good, they're not good on the level that they deserve to be called a hot release. So we're going to jump on over to the very final part, which is just like our trivia type shit. But this time, I didn't want to do a trivia. I just want to give you guys some very interesting information here.
Lay the facts on us, man.
Okay.
What do you got?
Video game fact. So apparently, World of Warcraft had a pandemic, okay, at some point. And I just want to talk about this pandemic because apparently, scientists were using this to study how pandemics would
actually spread in the real world, yeah.
Because so player reaction to a simulated disease in World of Warcraft so closely resembled historical records about real plagues that epidemiologists are currently using the data from WoW to evaluate how people would respond to a potential future virus outbreak. The corrupted blood incident is what it was called, also known as the World of Warcraft pandemic, took place between September 13th and October 8th, 2005.
I was about to say, this was a while back.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
In World of Warcraft, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game developed by Blizzard Entertainment. When participating in a boss battle at the end of a raid, player characters would become infected with a debuff that was transmitted between characters in close proximity. While developers intended to keep the effects of the debuff in the boss's game region, a programming oversight soon led to an in-game pandemic throughout the fictional world of Azeroth. So World of Warcraft introduced the game region of Zul'Gurub on September 13th. So the boss of the region, Hakar the Soul Flayer, and this is September 13th, 2005, the Soul Flayer cast corrupted blood on raid participants. The debuff's effects expired when players defeated Hakar. Corrupted blood soon spread beyond Zul'Gurub as players... and by the way, I've never played this game, so if I'm saying these...
Butchering the name.
If I'm butchering all this shit... I don't give a fuck. As players
You're doing great.
reacted to the infection with panic, either fast traveling to heavily populated game regions or deactivating their animal companions. When those companions were reactivated, they still carried the debuff, becoming disease vectors, while non-player characters became asymptomatic carriers. Player reactions to the corrupted blood pandemic varied. Some players provided aid by healing players or warning them of outbreak zones, while griefers intentionally contracted the debuff to spread it across World of Warcraft.
Of course.
So after several failed hotfixes, Blizzard ended the pandemic by performing a hard reset, and a later patch prevented companions from contracting corrupted blood entirely. Although it was the result of a software bug, the corrupted blood incident gained attention from World of Warcraft players and disease researchers as well. So Blizzard developed intentional in-game pandemics in 2 expansion sets, Wrath of the Lich King in 2008 and Shadowlands in 2020. Epidemiologists, meanwhile, took interest in how MMORPGs, unlike mathematical models, could capture individual human responses to disease outbreaks rather than generating assumptions about behavior. Yeah. So despite its accidental nature, the corrupted blood incident bore several resemblances to real-world pandemics, leading researchers to explore the event as a disease model. In an article for the journal Epidemiology, Rand Balisser of the Ben Gurion University of the Negev compared the role that pet companions played in the spread of corrupted blood to avian influenza, which spread throughout asymptomatic ducks. Yeah, so the use of the fast travel to quickly spread the disease between distant locations was also compared to the role that air travel played.
Planes.
Yeah, in the 2002-2004 SARS outbreak. Of particular interest to researchers in the use of MMORPGs for epidemiology is the character responses to a virtual pandemic are the result of individual player reactions. So basically, I just thought this was really cool and really interesting. That World of Warcraft basically was used by scientists to kind of predict how people would react to future pandemics and things like that. Obviously, it didn't work too well.
I was saying the conclusion was everybody's just going to lose their shit regardless.
Yes, and some people will purposefully try to give it to you. Yeah, so run. No, so panic.
Trust no one.
Anyways, remember, guys, you've
Very
been
cool.
listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us and the rest of the GameSpeak community at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast. GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our other video content on YouTube, and if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle I'll drop for Jamel, Brent at Brent has one, that's the number one, and Devin at Devondrius. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners,
Later.